Afternoon, folks. It's a minute after 4. We'll start the meeting. Thank you all for being here. A record audience, so to speak. We never get that many people. But we do appreciate your attendance. Today we have no secretary on duty. She is not here. We also don't have a financial manager available. So Chief Carlton will do the financial report when we get to that item. Okie dokie, we'll start with the agenda. Call the meeting to order, and we'll start off with public comments. If anybody has public comments, please keep it short and to the point. Anyone?
Thanks, Commissioner. Chief Carlton, on behalf of the Weekend Warriors down at Maple Beach, we wanted to pass on the thanks for the emergency services that you provided this year already. We really appreciate it. Also, many of them are renewing their household insurance, and we're surprised to find the savings up to $100 and more on their insurance. When you calculate that in Canadian money, it adds up to quite a bit more. So they're very pleased, and they want to thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Anybody else?
Yeah, Judson, for the ham radio group, I'd just like to thank the chief for following up on a request to look at ham radios for the department. And just to say that a couple of us have joined the Delta Amateur Radio Society, and we now have 17 members weekly net check-in in Point Roberts in our ham radio group to do with the prep and the ham radio group.
Thank you, Joseph. Ken?
Yeah, Ken Calder here. I would like to thank the firefighters from our own district as well as the others that showed up to fight the fire on the 6th, Wednesday night, down at the storage. It was amazing to see what they were able to, what was still standing the morning after with how severe that fire was the night before.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Appreciate that.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thanks. We really appreciate it. Thank you, John. Anybody else? Public comments? No? Okay. Approval of the minutes of last month. Ken, have you read it?
Yes, I've read the minutes and I'd make a motion for approval.
I second that motion, and we're all in favor, and the motion passed. Chief, go ahead with the financial report.
Okay, can you go give me my financial report, since our financial manager is not available, as Chairman Mersing stated, I'll be reading this for Patty Markell this month. So Whatcom County Fire District 5, the month of April, April 13th, 2016 financial report. Warrants total $22,554.01. Items to mention over $1,000 is U.S. Bancorp, which is the district's credit card, for $12,269.62, and Aero International for $1,000 and $1,010. Volunteer payroll included in warrants total $4,208. April payroll totals $16,313.50. Chief Carlton's salary at $4,212.50. Assistant Chief Shields' pay at $2,750. The volunteer portion totaled $8,033 for their stipends. There was one event for both commissioners and secretary. The total payout for volunteers, warrants included, is $12,241. Your March financial statements are in your meeting book. As provided, we need a motion to approve the warrants for $22,554.01 and the payroll in the amount of $16,313.50.
Thank you, Chief. Before we go into the motion period, could you explain what Aero International is?
Yeah, this is why I had John go get one of these. So Aero International is the supplier of intraosseous needles. And intraosseous needles, bone needles. And we use bone needles and a drill in medical emergencies when we can't get a peripheral or venous access from the arms or the neck. And then we need to drill either the lower leg, which is the tib fib area, the distal femur, or the shoulder. So these are needles, which are, this is a pediatric needle. Blue ones are adult, and then there's a big yellow one, which is about 3 inches in length. That's for bariatric patients or highly overweight patients to get through all the adipose tissue and able to get to the bone marrow. So what this allows us to do is if we're unable to access a vein on an extremity, we drill the bone and we're able to give any medications through this needle and through the bone marrow, because a lot of people don't understand that your bone marrow is extremely vascular and it has arterial and venous access running to it. Therefore, any medication we push will get into the circulatory system for that patient, or fluid if they're just hypotensive, meaning low blood pressure at that point, because let's say dehydration. So the $1,010 is roughly for 5 of these, or 6 of these. And this is one of the costs that the district has to put forwards in order to provide that level of care. So that's what the Arrow International is.
That's nasty.
Okay,
So if you guys would like to look at these,
I'll keep it there, Chief.
you want to, okay. All right, people poking themselves.
What's the shelf life on this? Shelf life on this?
Good question.
That's an expired one.
It expires in 2018. So we ordered about 2 years, 2 to 3 years shelf life, depending.
How
Some of
often do you use them?
On every cardiac arrest, we'll drill the bone first because that's immediate access for us. It's the quickest because we might be digging around. When somebody's in cardiac arrest, their vasculature is not prominent because they don't have a blood pressure. The blood pressure that is being produced is produced by the CPR that we're providing that patient, but sometimes it's not enough to pop up the vasculature to the degree that we can pass a needle into it and be successful at that. So we normally go tib fib, which is your lower leg, the tibial plateau immediately in a cardiac arrest, and then after we get settled into the arrest and everything's in play, we'll come back up and we'll actually try to look for a peripheral IV at that point.
Chief, is that a paramedic tool?
Yeah, actually this is advanced EMT, which we have on this organization, and paramedic as well. So advanced EMTs, if we don't have a paramedic here, advanced EMTs can also access the bone cavity.
Now, does it come with the drill?
It doesn't come with the drill. So the drill's in addition to every single little needle, but it's one drill, so we can reuse the drill.
Is the drill included in the total price here?
No, these are just needles. That price
How much
just,
was the drill?
the drill's about $300.
And
And it's not like your regular Makita or something you can get at the hardware store. It's a specific, there's a picture of it. If somebody, if you want to see what the whole ensemble looks like, this is the, you can come up and take a look at this. That's the drill that we have. It's a teeny tiny, looks like a little 38 pistol, teeny tiny drill. And we carry these in our kits. So, and in the ambulance.
Okay. Chief, if you don't mind, just briefly highlight the bigger items in your credit card.
So credit card expense next month is going to be quite big as well, but I'll go over this month first. So we have $1,002 for the energy bill here at the fire station. We pay that by credit card. We actually got to a point where they were threatening to shut off our electricity because of a crossover in their billing. They didn't categorize it right, and they saw us as not paying the bill, and we got a letter of final notice, and I'm like, final notice? Well, we paid the bill, and so they had to switch that back in their computing system. Two large expenses is for trainingdivision.com, which is out of Texas. Both of those expenses are for $3,707 a piece, and that is for Christina Tersakian and Andrew Boardville, which are both Point Robert residents, to go to firefighter school online. Then they'll travel to Texas for 2 weeks and do all their skill sets. But they'll come out of that training with Firefighter 1, Firefighter 2, and hazmat operations, which are all the IFSAC credentialing. So to go back on that, when we did our ISO, and that's when the Washington State's Surveying and Rating Bureau comes up, and they look at what we provide in the fire protection service side of our business. It has nothing to do with the medical side within fire rating for your home and businesses here. So they come in, they look at our engines, the age of our engines, how much water they carry, how many firefighters we have, and it's not a person that says they're a firefighter. They want certifications. So we have to be certified through a certifying board, which Washington State is IFSAC, which is the International Fire Service Accrediting Council, or Accreditation Council, Accreditation Council. And that's an international liaison group that certifies the exams that these people take and the standards that they have to meet. So they look for these certifications, they'll get the certification number off of it, and they actually look up in their system the IFSAC, underneath IFSAC, and verify every certification our firefighters have. Because that holds great value in points when it comes to numerically positioning this organization in their scale to decide where we're going to fall in the ISO insurance rating. So up to last year, this organization had been a 6, and we reduced last year down to a 5 because we've been able to improve our firefighter certifications, the hydrant system here in Point Roberts, and also the trucks that we have, even though they're old. Anything older than 25 years is a negative, so when they come back in 2020, at least one of our trucks will be over 25 years old, and the other one will be like a year away from that age. So we have to start looking at replacing our apparatus too, not only for that purpose, but due to the safety additions new apparatus have and efficiencies built in. So 3,700 piece. Books along with that came to a total of $643.87. This program usually takes 4 to 6 months to complete. And after they come back, there'll be 2 more firefighters. I don't know if a lot of you know Andrew Fordville. His mom works at the marketplace, runs the deli area there. And he's a ski instructor up at Grouse, and it was great to have him walk through our door for that training and to be willing to go to that training. Another expense was $907.60, and that was to Life Tech Incorporated. That is an American Heart Association training center. And to train ACLS, PALS, Pediatric Advanced Life Support, BLS, Basic Life Support, you have to purchase all the videos and all the books from American Heart Association. And so that is the purchase for Advanced Cardiac Life Supports, instructor package, student manuals, and the videos that are required to teach those courses.
That includes basically the major items, right?
Yeah, that's the major expenses.
Okay, thanks. I've got one question regarding sending people down south.
Yeah.
Do we pay for the travel expenses?
No. So the contract,
Hotel expenses?
that is all covered. So they stay on site when they go down into Texas. So this is an all-encompassing, including gear rental, so they don't have to try to pack their bunker gear and SCBA and stuff on a plane and trying to get that down to Texas. This includes their room and board when they're on site. Through the contract with the district, they do have to pay for their own flight down to Texas, just due to our budgetary constraints.
How long are they in Texas?
For 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So they go down there for a 2-week stint. So we'll be sending Alex Tersakian, Christina Tersakian, and Andrew Bortville, all, I believe, in September or October of this year to Texas.
Did you ask for or negotiate for a family deal for the 2 Tersakians?
No. So, no, I should have, because it's the first Tersakians that have come through the training division, so they actually know the name already before they even have met the individuals.
Next time when you send a family down, get a group package.
So I'll try to swing something on that.
Remember, the public money.
Well, before I make a motion, all these items that we're talking about, of course, are in our budget already.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to verify that.
Yeah, I'm ready for motions. Go.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion, first motion, to approve the warrants for $22,554.01. And I also would like to make the second motion behind it for the payroll in the amount of $16,313.50.
Thanks, Dan. I'll second those two motions. All will vote in favor of it.
Yes.
And that motion, those two motions will pass 10-0. Thanks again, Stan. Okay, we also have another item on the financial manager's report, the budget update. Since we don't have a financial manager here, kind of hard to ask for that. The only thing that we have is the monthly budget remaining amounts. And it shows me, I'm sure Stan you would agree, that we are, since we have one quarter, we're one quarter into the year now, we are 1.2% below budget, and that's good.
Very good.
Yeah?
And again, it's really nice to have this budget remaining summary.
And just for the public to know, all of these documents are put into our online form. So any of you can get onto our district's website and see the past month's financial report, see the budget areas that we have and what percentage is remaining in those budget areas. And my chief's report's in there, and then the notes from the previous meeting are in there too. The thing that we do is we wait until the previous meeting's minutes are approved before I publish that month. So March is not published yet because just today those meeting minutes were approved. So after this meeting, I will go in and most likely today or in the next couple days post the financial manager's report, the meetings from the March, the minutes from the March meeting, and my report and anything else that's contributed during that meeting. And they're all online, and they're archived minutes as well. And I think they go back as far as 2011, 2012, somewhere in there. And then videos, all the meeting videos are published online too. We're worldwide because they go to YouTube. And they have been being published since January 1 of 2014. And they're archived as well.
Thank you, Chief. Next item, correspondence.
So I got a letter from Heidi Baxter. It's actually a card, and there was a Friends of the Library meeting, and I had expressed interest in getting the World War II siren, basically, and if that's a World War II siren, off the top of the library building, and actually using it here within the district as an emergency response tool to alert our CERT team. Right now, our CERT team, we have a phone tree that doesn't work well. If Virginia, would you agree with me on that?
Yes, it doesn't work.
And we don't have pagers. We don't have the ability to outfit all of our CERT members with pagers. And not all of the CERT members have cell phones, even to call down the tree.
Even if they do it, they don't work.
And if they work. Some of them don't have smartphones, if they do have a cell phone, so they can't get the texts and things like that to use another system. So I was going to try to see if I could acquire that, fix it if necessary, and put it here on this station to activate in a need basis for our CERT team when we need more people on the ground, more people power. I don't like to say manpower because there's squirrels involved there. So people power. And it came, Heidi was very inquisitive of why I would want to take that off the library, and because it's been in the design of the library building since this has been on the table, I guess. And they want to incorporate it into the library. So having a talk with her out in the parking lot, getting this letter, which is a very nice letter, and I decided to look other places for such a alerting tool because I could use the tsunami siren, which is also a public access, or I should say that public access device to where I can speak to the public through that. But the CERT team members that live up on the hill and over the hill can't hear that at all. nor do, even from that tsunami siren, can people out where my new home is on Clare Lane hear what is being spoken through that. And it's really just the people that are down by the marina that get a good, clear picture of the audible portion of it. People can hear the chimes, but they can't hear what we're saying, whether it's me or whether it's the monthly alerting system that speaks through it as well. So I'm trying to devise, in order to serve this community better, to better utilize the CERT team and the responders that they hold, trying to find a way that we can very efficiently notify you of the need and to get you here. So if anybody has any ideas or knows of any systems out there that would be able to do that, please speak to me after the meeting and let me know. Right now, we're just in the investigation mode on seeing what types of sirens and have that capability are out there. I know that one was really loud, that's why I wanted that one, because when it went off, people went deaf. She said we could leave it on the library and use it, but I don't think that's very conducive to people that are inside the library at the time of activation. I don't think it would work real well. So I said no to that, but I thank her for the opportunity. So just to let the Friends of the Library know, I'm not going to pursue taking that siren. I'd be happy to leave it so it can be incorporated into the new library and go from there.
That was the only reason, Chief, was that it was going to be using the new design?
Yeah, they had incorporated it into the drawings of the new library. As far as I understand, they would like to have a little fire station area in there. So hopefully we can donate maybe some old gear, some fire helmets, some hose, nozzles or something like that. Get some pajamas in there that have fire trucks on them. I don't know, but hopefully they'll allow us to be a part of the design of the representation of the fire industry there.
Almost certainly there's sirens available.
Yeah.
For rooftop mount.
Yeah, and it could very well be that even if I wanted or I was able to obtain that siren, it would be out of our budgetary means to repair it, get it up to operational status, and something else that I could purchase new would be cheaper. So it's very possible that could be true.
Yeah, okay. Personally, I wish that if there's anybody in the Zoom that has any influence with people of the library, I place safety before aesthetics.
Absolutely.
And if somebody can, in the library circle, persuade it to take a second look at that, I'm sure the district would be more than willing to make a replica or have a replica made that would fit on a new library if and when it gets built. That's anybody that has any influence, take it or leave it. Okay. Who's support?
No, we have more correspondence.
Do we?
I had an email from Kenny Calder,
Okay.
and
I think we all did.
I think we all got the correspondence from Kenny Calder. I didn't make a copy because I don't have a printer. But
The reason why, just so you know, Kenny, the reason why I didn't mention that is because we received that in April, and that is usually the correspondence we receive the month. We speak of the next month. So that's why I didn't bring that up. Nothing directed to you. So I didn't know they were going to bring it up. So usually I would have been speaking about that in May. Yeah, that's correspondence.
Okay.
Would you like me to give a letter?
No, well, you're technically completely correct, Chief. I'm a little torn here. Kenny is here for a reason. And, you know, when we had public input, with public comment here, I kind of expected you to start talking about certain events that took place and leading to the email. I'm more than happy and more than willing to defer what you want to say till the next meeting when technically speaking, we can open up that correspondence. And I would, being a recipient of that email, I know exactly what's in there, so does Stan and the chief. It is a matter of pure technicalities in this email. And I want to tell you that the two commissioners here, myself and Stan, we would not be acting in our jurisdiction to discuss it or to make comment on it, because we're not operational, the chief is and the fire marshal is. Yeah. And I think you'd have a much better response, a much better open discussion, and more to the point, if you set up a meeting between the chief and the fire marshal and discuss the whole thing there. That's probably what I would do if I was in your shoes.
Yeah. The only thing I would like to say is that things really need to be put into the whole operation here to make sure that the liability end of the fire department, fire marshal's office on the recommendation of part of this organization is reduced in the future because of the actions of Mr. Shields over there, bringing a non-licensed, non-insured individual in who happens to be his boss at his other job. It just opens up a whole, it's breaking the laws of the state, number one. And after I protested, raised my concerns about this, and I'll leave it at that, and we'll address it. I'll set up a meeting with Chief Carlton and Fire Inspector from the Sheriff's Office, Will Anderson, and we'll get further into this.
Thanks, Ken. I really believe, honestly, I'm not saying that to placate you.
No, I just want everybody to be
Yeah.
aware, and we need to limit the exposure of liability because there isn't endless funds.
No, that isn't.
And there are individuals who are above board. I'm a general contractor. It takes a lot of money and effort to do things legally. And the individual was brought in at John's recommendation, did none of those.
Okay. Well, let's leave it at that. And I really hope, and I'm sure you will, set up a meeting with the chief here.
Yeah, this is not going
to
away.
fire marshal and inspector.
Yep.
That way, it's all done above board. We don't get, the completely quote-unquote neutral information from them as well. And either set you at,
So when does information need to be submitted by to be included in the next month's meeting?
Before the end of,
Before the meeting.
before
Well, I submitted that just Monday,
right, before the end of the following month.
Yeah.
so before the
March
end of this
31st.
month.
March 31st, yeah. So if you submit up to April
30th.
April 30th,
Yeah.
it'll be included in the correspondence and mail.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I think part of our suggestion is that it would be in the benefit of the fire department for Chief Carlton to have a comprehensive list, which we could get from Nielsen's, or I can actually look up on L&I. All the general contractors, what they have, what they do, so if there is an emergency or if there is the need.
If it was
Yeah.
life-threatening, we'd understand.
Yeah,
Get the
then-
first guy with the machine,
So
but
that
this
the
was
fire
not
department's
life-threatening.
Protected, because you're calling a licensed contractor, right? So you have the list of everybody, whether it be a plumber, an electrician, and someone with a backhoe, that the person that the fire department's calling in has all of the credentials required by the state.
Right, okay.
And a bit of experience helps.
Yeah,
Of course. Anyhow,
just for liability purposes
No,
for
no,
the fire department.
we understand that, and of course, we want to follow the rules.
Yeah.
Let's say 99.99%, right? And
Yeah.
There's always that whatever.
But I would be willing if Chief
No,
Carlton
I'm
needed.
sure, we have
I
access.
would
We have
assist in
access
getting
to
him the
that.
list.
That's no problem. I
Yeah.
do We're not with the chief's report. No, you still haven't done that, right?
Chief's report? Yeah.
Okay, Chief's report for April 2016, for the month of March 2016. Point of information, keep reminding homeowners that they should call their insurance companies and check for savings in their insurance costs for their residential structures because of our ISO change. AFG information, which is the FEMA grant process, Assistance to Firefighters grants. I don't have any information on the 3 grants. Excuse me, the 3 grants that I put in for, which again are apparatus. I have about a $400,000+ grant request in for a fire truck. SCBA, which are around $180,000 grant request, and then also a regional grant request for LifePak 15 cardiac monitors, which the region, the departments that participated in that are this organization, Linden Fire Department, Whatcom County Fire District number 7, and Whatcom County Fire District number 14, and I was in charge of writing that grant. So hopefully some of those grants come through, especially the SCBA grant, because that's, our SCBAs are at the end of their life cycles at this point.
Chief, may I make a suggestion that it gets kind of old. I mean, we've been waiting so long now for those grants. Let's wait until we get it and then we sell it.
Yep,
Huh?
I'd like to
Sound
celebrate.
right?
I'd like to do that.
I think the public should know that the current life packs, or excuse me, the SCBA's that we have are functional.
Yes, they are functional. We're still using them, otherwise we would not be going interior on structure fires at this point. And if we get to where they become obsolete due to the bottles and or the packs, right now we're 3 cycles behind, if I'm correct, 3 cycles, 3 safety cycle changes in SCBA compliance. That's how old our packs are. And so we're needing to move forwards with new equipment there. The third point of information I would like to mention is we've had multiple fires here on Point Roberts. And as far as I understand, it's pretty unprecedented in this short period of time that we've had 4 fires now. I don't know if many of you know that we had a residential structure fire last night as well, around 10:30 over on Bells Grove, that caused probably around $50,000 damage to the structure due to an electrical issue and a mattress that was fully involved inside the structure. We had 2 people that had smoke inhalation. 1 person had second-degree burns on their hands from this fire, and we had a great response from this organization. Again, quick response is what we need out of our volunteers, with them being efficient once they arrive. And through these fires, they've been incredible. I've been really, really proud of all of my members because it takes a team. There's some of my members sitting over here. It takes a team to mitigate an incident. It's not about one chief, one captain. It's about all of us working together for the safety of the public and to mitigate what we can and help remediate other things. So I would like to extend my gratitude to the membership for working so hard, listening to my direction, which is tough sometimes, I know. Because I'm hard on you, I push you guys, but in a sense, thank you very much. And we'll keep doing our job. I just want the public to know that. We'll continue on. Apparatus, I have no reports. Member roster, we have 44 members, 27 Canadian, 8 Point Roberts residents, and 9 county. Of that, we have 5 paramedics, 16 EMTs, which of 6 are advanced EMTs currently. We are graduating 2 new advanced EMTs after they take their national registry this month. I know they'll be successful at that. Christy Steinberger is one of those members. You know her from the clinic. She's an LPN there, and she's been very successful leading the group in her advanced EMT studies. And all 3 of the students, 2 advanced EMT and 1 EMT, will be taking that test and hopefully be certified by the end of May, early June, and start practicing at those levels. I also started, and this is kind of a slide into next month's credit card bill. I started 3 other members of the organization, Gareth Moore, Jacob Anderson, and Alan Rathgaber in advanced EMT training as well. that I went to the North Region's EMS Council meeting, General Council meeting, which is held down in Skagit County this last week. And I was asked to represent District 5 in requesting the approval of a min-max change to the county or North Region's plan for Whatcom County that would allow this organization to become ILS licensed. Right now, we're a BLS, or Basic Life Support licensed agency by the state, even though we provide advanced EMT treatment for our community. We've been doing that under protocol with the state since about 2006. And Chris Skinner was one of our first advanced EMTs, along with one of our previous chiefs as well. And I've worked really, really hard, and I've had those volunteers step up to go to advanced EMT training to provide that on a 24/7 basis to this community. Now, the difference between an EMT and an advanced EMTs can treat asthma, COPD, emphysema, they can treat diabetics, they can treat cardiac chest pain patients by giving nitro, aspirin, transporting them. Fluids are a big issue with advanced EMTs. They're able to start the IVs, monitor fluids for those patients that need such. And then they have an array of other above and beyond EMT skill sets too. And right now, countywide, our call volume is actually landing more at the advanced EMT level. It's rare that I truly use my paramedic skill set and knowledge on the medical calls that I'm running. Cardiac arrest is one of those that I'll be able to use my fancy medications and skill sets. Major trauma would probably be another one. Somebody with polytrauma, multiple systems trauma. But overall, when 911 goes out, we're seeing a lot more of the moderate calls, not the low level or the high severe calls, but moderate, which functions at the advanced EMT level. So by having advanced EMTs here, you get that treatment immediately. We're also looking at, if we get the licensure, we're also looking at getting a nitrous unit, which is a pain, it's laughing gas. So you'll be in pain and then you'll be giggling the next second. But it'll help manage your pain before a paramedic might be able to intercept with the aid unit to give you stronger medications or opiates. If a paramedic is here, we do carry those medications. We are under DEA licensure from Dr. McBain. So I do carry Dilaudid, the fentanyls, Versed. I carry the powerful medication. So if I need to put you to sleep or help you not remember anything, I definitely have the medication to do that. So, and I don't like people being in pain. So we carry ketamine. I'm not sure if a lot of you are familiar with ketamine, but it was used as a large animal tranquilizer in the past and started heavy in Australia and has made its way to the United States. We also carry that, and that actually disconnects to, this is an easy way to say it disconnects your brain with your body. So your brain doesn't know what your body's going through. And we had a severe burn patient just this last week down at District 7 when I was serving as a paramedic down there on Medic 45. And he had second-degree burns in his hands, elbows, back, upper legs, and facial area, and was in severe pain. And I gave one of my opiates to this patient. Didn't really help him that much, but I gave a little bit of ketamine, and he stopped shaking, and he was like, wow. I was like, where's your pain? He's like, I don't have any pain. So ketamine's a really nice drug if you have a severe trauma injury of sorts. And so that's what I can do at my level, but advanced EMTs, they creep up to my level, but they can't give those advanced medications. But they can treat the simple diabetics, the chest pain patients, the asthma patients with bronchoconstriction, which is a huge benefit to this community. We are the only community in Whatcom County that utilizes advanced EMTs. So I'll let you know that as well. And we do it with pride because we are the ownership of that in Whatcom County. So by the end of the year, we'll have 3 more advanced EMTs. So we'll probably have around 10 at that point or more to help serve you in this community. We have 3 ambassadors and 34 firefighters out of the 44 members. Volunteer hours for the month of March total Volunteer payroll, if every single volunteer got paid, would come to $12,056. Combined chief hours, I worked 160 hours in the month of March, Assistant Chief Shields 155.5, for a total chief hours of 315.5. We had a total of 15 calls in March. We had 10 EMS calls, which 6 of those we transported to St. Joseph's Hospital ourselves. 4 of those were no transports or patient refusals on scene. We had a total of 2 fire classifications. One, the illegal outdoor burn, and the other one was one of the structures we had. We had 3 other calls. We had 1 propane leak, and the other 2 calls were flooding issues down on Maple Beach that we tried to help mitigate at the time that the storms came in and the seawall was not holding back the water. So that concludes my chief's report. If anybody has any other questions about advanced EMTs, what they're allowed to provide, please see me at the meeting or come warm up one of my chairs in the office there, because they're always cold. Because no one comes in, sits in, and has a talk with me. So that's it.
Chief, you don't have a laughing gas, do you?
I will. But not
If you do, I'd like to.
and of course, we have to test it. So we have to make sure it works. So
You might find more people in your chairs once you
So,
install that.
yeah. Should I'll put that out on point interface. That
Yeah.
we're testing our nitrous oxide for the season.
Could you stop by my house and give something to my wife?
Yeah. Are you okay back there?
I'd like to hear
She's
it a
laughing.
little more.
But thank you again for the community, because the community allows me to have the funds to send these people to advanced trainings, to firefighter school and to advanced medical training to serve this community at a higher level. So I want to extend my gratitude to all of you who are here and to the other part of this community and residential owners that own property here that pay into this district for allowing us that ability. So thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Chief. Unfinished business, Stan, do you have anything?
I have nothing.
New business? You have anything?
Well, what's on here? Yeah.
That will be the commissioner vacancy.
Yeah.
Okay, as you know, folks, Commissioner Wilmot resigned last month at the last meeting. And we have advertised for lack of better word, a replacement to fill that position. It is, there are 3 positions on the board. Stan has position 1, I have position 3.
No, 2.
Or 2, and Mr. Wilmot had position 3. So, this position has to be filled until the next election, which is next year, and then that position comes up for election, in the general election. General election for 5 districts are held every 2 years, odd numbered years. So this position has been advertised in the newspaper, on other various media, and I have received, by the deadline of last week, Friday, 3 applications. One from Pat Harper, sitting right there, one from Adam Maziski, who's sitting right there, and one from Shannon Thompson, who's sitting right there. Speaking from previous experience, it takes a little bit of, gotta have some guts in order to sit here. Although it's very quiet lately, the last 3-4 years. Anyhow, I have those applications, and if Mr. Erfol is in agreement, I'd like to go into executive session for about 15-20 minutes. Let's make it 20 to be on the safe side. But if you agree with that, then we'll put this on the record that we'll do that.
Yep. On the record.
Okay.
20 minutes.
So we'll be back in 20 minutes or before.
And the executive session will be just you and I. Is that
That is correct.
Okay.
Thanks, folks. Back to business here. Stan and I have done our evaluations executive session. We have not made a decision, we can't do that, we have to do that in the public meeting right here. Stan, you want to continue?
Yeah, it's really tough. We have three applicants, and thank you all very much. It's really nice to have a choice. We didn't have that last time, I can really feel. So we felt rushed last time, but this time we had three. And I'm going to take a shot in the dark, see what Bill feels about it. I'd like to appoint Shannon Thompson. And that's about all that need to be said. No interviews are necessary. I know all the people, so. And I've read the resumes. Thank you very much all for the cover letters. Bill, I don't know how you feel about that.
Thanks, Dan, appreciate it. I will echo your words. Again, I want to thank all of those who have applied. Out of the bottom of my heart, like I said earlier, it's not easy. Sometimes it's not easy to sit here. It's much easier to sit over there. You don't take the flak that way. But it's for those that have applied, it is great service to the community. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it takes initiative, enthusiasm, and some knowledge. My choice is Shannon Thompson too. I liked her letter introduction. I found it extremely enthusiastic. I found it enlightening, which is sometimes more important than the full resume of a person. The resume shows knowledge in certain areas which could be important too, but again, I like her extreme enthusiasm, and that goes a long way with me. So I think we've come to the conclusion here then that if Shannon accepts, we have a yes there.
We have a yes there.
Then I'd like to make a motion that this board appoints Shannon Thompson as commissioner for the Fire District 5, position number 3.
And I'll second that motion.
And we're all in favor of that?
Yes.
Good. Then motion passed.
Okay, I think that we should. We have the documents.
Yeah,
You're not getting away.
So don't leave, Shannon. I'm of the opinion we started something and let's finish it. You never know, you may have to get a call for duty almost immediately if one of the two of us falls ill or something. So here I have the certificate of appointment of, and you'll be the one you're appointed now. From the appointee, you will immediately go to the official position. There's another form for that here. That's the oath of office. I'm of the opinion, and I hope Stan agrees that we may as well finish that too.
We might as well do it.
Yeah.
Take care of it right now. Shannon, would you come forward, please? Your official chair.
No, you can't sit out there anymore, it's gonna make it tougher.
Okay.
It's really awesome.
Okay, then you can keep going.
Besides, it's newsprint, you know, it's better than Photoshop. Just rub it.
Now, we hadn't anticipated this, did you?
I'll make a vote first.
Thank you.
Does anybody know, is Shannon the first female commissioner that went on?
Susan Brown.
Susan Brown.
Sorry.
Was it Davey Fisher too?
Davey, I was too.
Davey was,
Oh,
Davey
yeah.
served for about 3 months, as I recall. Because I researched it.
Oh.
Susan Rutherford, you know, I can't. That's when I was.
Literally,
They-
there's a little bowl out.
Okay, this one doesn't know that. You or I will sign that.
Okay.
I just have to sign it.
Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
You like
Hand or anything?
No, I definitely want to hand up.
Yeah, you would want to.
you have to.
So he'll stand up too?
Yeah.
Does he have to stand up too?
Fancy.
No, he doesn't have to.
Just me?
Just
I
you.
want you to read that, okay? It's his first paragraph, just read that and hold your hand up. Don't mind.
Oh, you spelled it wrong.
This is the knowledge in certain areas that could come in handy. You
There's a lot of enthusiasm on my part.
I, Shannon Thompson, do solemnly swear or affirm that I support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington, and that I will faithfully and impartially perform and discharge the duties of the office of
Commissioner, District 5,
Commissioner, District 5,
position 3.
Position 3, in and for the county of Whatcom, state of Washington, according to the law and to the best of my ability.
Thank you. Good. That's good. Now, this one has to.
Just over.
Oh, authorize.
All right, for those that
You want me to
want to
sign
leave.
that?
Yeah, I know, we'll do that right after. That's very paperwork. I don't want to keep you folks hanging in here, they don't have to. You want to make a motion for adjournment?
Yes, I will make a motion for adjournment. I think that's all we'll proceed.
Good, thank you.
Shannon, you have 2 minutes, right?
This meeting closed at 17:15.
Can I spell my last name for you?
G-O-N-S-E-N.